Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another stream. How's everybody doing tonight? I think it's Thursday. We're almost there. We got one more day and it's the weekend. I'm ready. Bayside Hellcat. Hey, you got I like your icon there. We're gonna get started in a few minutes here. Let it populate a little bit. I don't think we're gonna stream for too long tonight. I'm a little beat, but maybe like hour and a half. What's up, David Ackridge? Hello, everybody else. Do I edit videos with Adobe Premiere or After Effects? I guess while I'm sitting here, I can give you a brief explanation of my workflow. I do my video editing in Adobe Premiere. All of my motion graphics, so my intros and any of the animated logos and stuff that you see are done in After Effects. The logos are created in Adobe Illustrator, and I do all my audio recording in Adobe Audition. So I think I pretty much use almost the entire Adobe suite. Oh, we're hitting the same song again? You guys hear me okay tonight? Everything sounds good? All right, sounds like everything's good. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna transition over here into the game. Welcome to beautiful Sunnyside Park here in Esopus Valley. I gotta get my just got my eye on the chat here. Let me get over into the game. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is continue on with what we were working on last night. I was almost not gonna stream tonight because I've been kind of inspired lately to we were talking about model railroading stuff, and this closet behind me is full of a bunch of my modeling stuff. And when I got home from work tonight after I made dinner and did all my other silly chores that I had to do, I started to clean out this closet. So I think I'm gonna start getting it put together so I can make a little workshop and maybe start doing some of those model railroad type videos. We'll see. Do I still have my cat in the route? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Did I put my cat in the route? I don't remember. My cat died like a year ago, so I don't know if that was related to that or not. All right, so we're gonna get going here. I don't know why I just played this song again. The name of this song is Brooklyn Bridge, too. Brooklyn, baby. All right, let me see if it's gonna play this song again. Just make sure I got Windows Media Player configured properly. Okay. The shuffle on Windows Media Player is awful. The model cat that I put by the crossing. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. All right. Anyway, let's let me start getting focused here. Where we left off last night, we did this gas station. We did some of these houses over here. I'm actually thinking I might spread out these houses a little bit more just to sort of fill up some space. So we're gonna do that. You guys keep asking me for a junkyard dog. I'll do it right now. Fine. I don't know if I have one, though. Oh, there's a Doberman. First thing that came up. That's like a junkyard dog, right? Here we go. How's that? You guys happy now? I don't know if there's any other. We could, I mean, maybe this dog works too. He's not vicious enough, I guess. What about this one? Alright, so that was fun. Where am I going to release this route? This route is hopefully going to be on Jointed Rail. That's the plan. That is my plan. That is my release plan. Absolutely going to have to be on Jointed Rail site. So we want to get going. I got to think here. There was some things I had in my head today. This main road was one of them. So what I'm going to do... I don't know if I want to do that during the stream. I'm thinking what I was doing last night was playing with the texture, deleting the road and then putting the texture down, and then Greg Anon. I don't have any milk, dude. I do have some kombucha though, so I'll drink some kombucha. Sour. So what I was doing was I was playing with the textures and then those road lines. So I think I might do that with this main road because I want it to be a little bit wider. And I want to put some other assets on there, like turning lanes and things like that. I think it would be easier to control. But I'm not sure if I want to do that during a stream. I think I'm going to do that. Might do that off camera and then kind of revisit it later on. Kombucha? You guys don't know what kombucha is? It's a fermented tea. It tastes, some people don't like it. It's kind of sour, but it's really good for your, it's really good for you. Alright, so we're gonna continue on this way. I'm trying to imagine like what I'm gonna do through here. So I think we're gonna probably fill this in. One of you guys on the Discord, I don't know if he's here right now, what's your name? Main Central Rail fan, BM MEC fan. Sent me some photos of sort of like this fill that I was picturing in my head. So I think that might be what we're gonna do. Let's see. I'm sorry, I keep peeking over the stream. I get very distracted in the beginning, especially when you guys are all adding me. Let's clear that. So I think we're gonna just put some... let's see, what am I looking for here? We're gonna put some grass assets and stuff back here. Kind of forested a little tiny bit. Make a sort of a scenic division between scenes here. Again, like we want to try to get out of this downtown scene and get into more of a suburban thing. The Discord, I guess I'll put a link in there right now. Actually, I'll do it now, and I'll do one at the end too. So here's a link to the Discord. These links expire after 24 hours, just so you know. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna add a little scenic divider here. Is this gonna be CSX or Norfolk Southern? The main line, I mean, it could be really whatever. I'm not putting a name on it right now, but this is gonna be operated by a fictional carrier that I came up with, which is going to be the Drybrook and Esopus Valley Railroad. It's right in the title. So that's the plan for that. I do plan on coming up with some kind of like a paint scheme and or scheme. How do you guys say it? Somebody told me that I was saying paint scheme, but it's supposed to be paint scheme. And I thought that that was kind of like a regional thing, like route and route. So I don't know, maybe I am saying it wrong, but I'm gonna I say scheme, paint, or scheme. What do I say? Paint scheme. But maybe that's totally wrong. But anyway, yeah, I'd like to come up with that at some point. I've been looking around for some inspiration, different photos of different railroads and short line railroads and full-size Class 1 railroads and all the like. just to try to get some ideas of paint schemes for different regions. You know, like the southern paint schemes are a little bit different than northeastern paint schemes, so on and so forth, so. Paint scheme, yeah. Scheme. See, I think it's I honestly think it's a regional sort of thing, like if you say route or route. And for me personally, I kind of alternate between those two as well. You know, like I don't know, this route or what route do you take home? I don't know. It's one of those weird things. The road markings came from, I think that they were included in the Tidewater route. So I don't think they're part of the payware package. And I'm seeing lag over there again. Random. So yeah, you should be able to get these roads and the road markings and stuff like that through the content pack for Tidewater. So let's see, we're gonna throw a few of these guys down. Doesn't have to be straight, but I think I want to put a, it's kind of like a dumpster or something back here too. It's not regional, it's just me. Okay, yeah, that's fair, it's fine. I can accept that. It's a cork. Everybody got plans this weekend? What are you guys up to? Personally, I think I'm gonna work on my computer and again, work on this closet and get things straightened out and cleaned up. And then maybe I could start doing some of these sort of model railroad style videos that I've been hinting at or playing with in my mind a little bit for a while now. Alright, that's not bad. Let's see. What are we gonna do here? Need a little bit of dirt. Dirt never hurt. And then I think what we're gonna add is just a little garbage sort of area here. What do we want? I want to grab this fence. I should put train posters in my closet. Do they make train posters? What does that even look like? I have gaming posters. I got Mario over there, and then a gaming poster over here, and then my other two posters that are behind me are the NASA 1970s retro-looking space exploration posters. I forgot what they actually titled them, but you can look them up online. You can actually print them out yourself. They have just like the Illustrator file online for you to just download, which is pretty cool. But again, yeah, it's because I'm a big space geek, and I also like the graphic design. I'm not really a very good graphic designer myself. I mean, I could do it, but it takes me forever to do. But I do appreciate really good graphic design. And these posters, I don't know if you can see them both behind me, the red one and then the white one next to it. It's the, if you want to look them up, Mars and the Grand Tour. Those are the two posters that I have. And I just really appreciate the graphic design on those. I think they're pretty neat. We're gonna move that. So again, this is just gonna be another background detail that probably doesn't matter, but I think it adds to the scene. But I want to try to make some progress, like going down the line a little tiny bit. I want to make some linear progress, as I'm gonna refer to it. Let's Let's see, we're gonna throw a couple dumpsters back here, I think. This one might be a little bit big, but yeah, that one's a little big. I think this is the one that I normally use, yeah. 2, 3, we'll do 4. No, this is the one I use. Yes, that's what we're gonna use. Dumpster 3 DES. We'll just slap a few of those back here. There we go, and that's where KFC gets all their chicken deliveries. Right in the back there. Perfect. And then maybe we'll open up this fence a little tiny bit more so garbage trucks can actually get in there. I think that's what I'm thinking. All right. Cool. I could put some more garbage and debris back there. Why don't we do that? Derelict. Garbage. I wish there was like a cluster. Maybe not. Maybe that would be maybe that wouldn't be so good. Throw a couple back there. Some lazy guy at the fryer. He does not throwing the trash out. He's too lazy. Takes it to the back and just leaves it there. He doesn't finish the job. All right, so let's see. We were gonna do this. We're gonna go down with this road. I think here. Let's straighten this out. And then I think we're gonna contour everything this way. I'm one of the, what does this say? You have to be one of the most viewer interactive during live streams, honestly. Well, thanks. I do my best to stay engaged with you guys. I've seen a lot of streams where it's just like the guy is just, or girl, whoever's the streamer is just kinda sitting there staring at the screen. That's not really, I don't know, that's not interesting to me. Who wants to watch that? But if I could talk to you guys, you know, you guys give me ideas for stuff. I can't ignore you. We're in this together. I think that's what I really like about streaming and kind of what I like about this YouTube thing is being able to interact with other people. Like within the hobby, like everybody's got really cool ideas. So it's really cool to see how everybody thinks and what the differences are, but you know, we're kind of all on the same wavelength, which is really cool. And when I get stuck on something, you know, usually you guys have some kind of a solution to it. And that's way more helpful than you know. Let's see, we're gonna do all this. We might throw another gas station down here, I think. When will I drive a train? I don't know. Usually I do it kind of at the end. Try to work on some scenes, and then we take the train on a spin through the scenes. See how it comes out. Let's make these stay in place. Okay. Yeah, one of the things I'd like to work on over this weekend is actually getting this room straightened out. Like the desk that I have that I'm working on right now is kind of a hodgepodge. It's an old IKEA desk that I kind of like modified over the years and ripped it apart and then rebuilt it and ripped it apart and rebuilt it. And it's been in like a million different configurations. And at this point, it's like super unsteady. It's very wobbly. And that makes me really nervous. And it's too small. I've got my giant computer over here and then 2 monitors now. And it's not quite fitting the job, so in addition to trying to clean out this closet and get it set up, I'm gonna be trying to get my desk put together and maybe make some kind of like a workspace would be ideal. What's up, Boeing fan? Oh, Sean Dean's here too. What's up, guys? I think I might have the sensitivity up too high here. Hey, virtual rail fan. Build the desk. Yeah, that's, I've been looking at different things that people do for like bashing desks and stuff like that. So I'm gonna build something interesting. So yeah, let's see. Let's bring this track back up into grade. And get the road into grade 2. Maze 4449. Gotcha. Gotcha. So let's level this out. I think I'm pretty sure I want to put a gas station over here. Not an abandoned one. And then I think we're going to put the shopping center down on this side. Make this kind of like a little bit of a shopping district. Again, we're just on the outskirts of the city, so... I gotta turn the volume of this music down. It's like blowing out my ears. I feel like I'm shouting. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna do that. I'm just gonna plop down some stuff just to, again, rough it in. And then we're gonna continue to work our way onward. This song again. What's this one? Is this the abandoned one? I already used that one. We need a normal gas station. I thought there was more gas stations on here. Shell gas station, there we go. Unless there's a better option. The Sunoco looks better. Not as bright. Alright, so we're gonna just put that there, because we know we're gonna put that there. We're gonna put this over here, because we know we're gonna include this over here. Alrighty. So we know we're gonna do that. Little outlet shopping center. And I think we're probably gonna continue this road on. In fact, that road might just be this road. So I think that is what we're gonna do. Just connect them up. We'll make it pretty later. In fact, let's just make this go this way. What must one do to become a moderator? Well, I gotta know who you are. Because if I don't know who you are, then I'm not gonna make you a moderator. Because I need to be able to trust you. Being a moderator comes with a lot of power. So I need to know that you could wield that power for good and not for evil. If you catch my drift. So let's see, this is... And if you're somebody who's been in my stream like a million times and I recognize you, or you're on my, on the Discord and I recognize your name. 100 feet, that's good. You know, that's how I would come to know you. how far. I can't read this stupid thing. Just try to keep this as parallel as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it certainly doesn't hurt. What is going on here? There we go. That was weird, kind of lag. What's up, Nox Real Fan? How's it going today? Oh, my contacts are drying out already. That is no good. Alright, so let's bring this over. It might need to be further away, actually. Well, maybe not. So I'm gonna build this on a little bit of a fill. I'll have to figure out how to connect these intersections at some point, too. So let's see, we're gonna slide this way. Should that be parallel the whole time? Yeah, probably. JR is here. I had a feeling. I sensed his presence. Let's see, we want 100 feet to the center. Pretty close. Again, little imperfections I can fix later. Yeah, it's not bad. So that should be good. And I think we're gonna keep this... on a fill for a little bit. So let's see, what's the height here? We'll keep this on a fill going this way. And then I'm thinking the grade of the track and the road will meet up again up in here. We might even do another overpass, actually. Just to reinforce this idea that it's elevated for a reason. Maybe it's kind of like a busy downtown area and they built the track up a little bit high. I don't know. The boss is watching. I'm scared. Alright, there we go. So let's do this again. Get that matched up. Okay, and then let's see if we could figure out where we want the gradient to happen. We want another one there. It's kind of weird when you raise up like a section of road or track, like the other section dips down. And I get it, it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, I kind of wish that you could go up with this without, with this just staying level. Because then you have to add like an extra spline point, which just gets a little irritating sometimes. It's like these are not Bezier curves like in, you know, we're not using like the pen tool in Illustrator or something like that. Which I hate, by the way. Might need to add another one or two. And then once we figure out what the shape of the road is going to be, then I can do like the terrain part. That's the easy part. Almost out of my kombucha. That's no good. So let's see. If we're gonna do, we could do another bridge maybe. Straighten the road. It'll cancel any movement in this section. Yeah, I think it's... I have to, like, lock the, You gotta lock the spline point is really the trick, I believe. There we go. Smooth all this out a little bit. And do the track again, and then, all right, that's getting someplace. Maybe it might even work if I did a retaining wall too, but I don't know if I want this to feel too like urban. I think maybe just building it on regular fill might be okay. I might be okay with that. Yeah, if Alex made some intersections, that would be awesome for these roads. Because right now I'm like trying to figure out what to do about that. Well, the route will not be available for TMR 17 because it's being built in Tane, so that's not going to work. But the plan is to release through jointed rail. That's the plan, that's the hope, that's the dream. Let's see, I'm trying to picture where we're going with this. Let's try to fill in this area right now. So we're gonna put this gas station here. We're gonna put the shopping center over here. We got a baseball field over here. I think that this down this way might be good. Just filling in with some general scenery. And then maybe we could put a couple of roads in here as well. Why don't we do... This is gonna turn into a jointed rail request or ask me anything kind of chat live stream, isn't it? You guys are just gonna bomb them. Let's see, because we're gonna put some houses over here too. Just like a small, crappy development. Maybe to here. Yeah, so I think we're gonna put a couple houses over here to fill that in. And maybe we'll put a... Nah. So we got the park there. That's kind of cool. I didn't say to bomb them with questions. I said that's probably what's about to happen. Or it looks like that's what's been happening. Oop. Clumsy. Can't say the B word too many times because then this video is just going to get flagged. What is going on here? I thought I fixed this. Might be because the road is at a different height. I had to use this. This crossing is so big. I had to use two of the traffic stoppers, the 12-meter ones. So there's a chance that if there's a car like right where this guy is, he'll get stuck in the middle. But this is the biggest. The 12 meter is the biggest traffic stopper that I've been able to find. So I don't know how hard it is to make a bigger one. Like a 50 or 75 meter would be awesome. But I think that's my best solution for now. But let me adjust the height just a little tiny bit so that the crossing actually shows up properly. No, I want to hold shift. That guy's driving backwards. That was weird. And bring this one down. There we go. So I brought it down half a meter. Is that what that is? Quarter meter? That works. All right, so we're gonna put a couple of these houses around in here too. We got that. Do this guy. Got this guy. Got this guy. So these are just like, I don't know, cheap low-income houses. Right off the railroad tracks, right at the edge of the city. We'll go here too. Spread them out just a little tiny bit. I think that's the idea. I hate building neighborhoods. I don't know. There's just something I don't like about it. And I'm not really too sure. I can't put my finger on what it is, but I don't really enjoy it. They always feel kind of forced to me. Like I have to make them, so I don't like it. So we need 270. Then we can get into the specifics here. One of the fastest ways to not become a moderator is to keep asking me to become one. Pro tip. And I don't know what I'm going to put on the other side of this road. I'm going to have to feel that out in a second. Okay, we got that. We'll put a couple more houses down this way. Let's just do, what are the other ones? Just for some variety. I know there's a few different versions of these. These are too nice to be putting over here though. I feel guilty putting them next to the railroad tracks like that. Even though on the P&B they're right next to the railroad tracks in this several neighborhoods. Let's see. 270. Yeah, try not to grill JR too much. I do my best to answer. You know, Mike is, or Justin, or whoever's on the other end of the JR handle there is probably just trying to hang out, have a drink, relax on Thursday night. I don't know what you guys do. Alright, we got a couple houses in there. Picturing probably there would be like a privacy fence along here. No, it's not a bar behind me. I wish it was. It's just empty bottles that I had made and decorated a while ago. They're filled with Christmas lights and beads. Like, we made them into lamps, my friends and I. We made them into lamps a few years ago. Wish I had a drink right now, but that's tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. No drinking during the week. Especially no drinking during streams. Let's see, we're gonna go to here. That might be too close. Oh, is my live stream going through Facebook? That's cool. We got 87 viewers right now. That is awesome. That is really awesome. I think that the highest live stream I had was during the call with Bill M, and we had I think like 92 or 95 people. So 87 for kind of just a Thursday night live stream. That's pretty dope, I'm gonna say. Thanks for hanging out, guys. And I just lost 3 people. Oh well. That's fine. I'm not too concerned. All right, so we got this kind of privacy fence going on here, which is cool. I posted it on the JR page. You know what's funny is I look at my like top websites that recommend my YouTube channel, and somehow JR is second underneath YouTube itself. So it's YouTube, and then jointedrail.com. And I don't know where on jointedrail.com that link is, but apparently jointedrail.com is number 2 for. Oh, you know what? Why am I doing this? Delete these things. Is number 2 for recommending my YouTube channel. So that's awesome. We have a spline for this grass. We got to use it. That's much easier. All right, let's see. We got the grass. That looks good. Let's bring it up here. And then we could throw in some shrubbies. But we'll get there. Shrubs and trees and stuff like that. That'll be cool. Kind of fill up this neighborhood a little tiny bit. You know what else I want to add that I think is always very important? And that's some power lines. Power lines, very important to modern infrastructure. So we're just gonna continue those. We need to add a spline point though. If I can click it. The problem with these spline points is that they are splines. When you get so many of them, a certain amount, it just becomes a big mess, like you can see down here. But the effect is great. These power lines look great. These tree shrubs and what am I trying to say? Grass splines and all that, everything looks outstanding. Very, very good. We do want to maybe add a few of these through here. And sometimes I do get hung up on the idea that they need to like be connected to each other, but that's not always the case. I don't think it's totally necessary to have them connected, but it does help. What is the name of this song, I'm being asked? This song is Don't Love You, off of Epidemic Sound. That's where, if you guys are ever wondering, I get all of my music from epidemicsound.com. And that is a service that I do pay for in order to make better quality videos for you guys. I wish there was a better way to mix these two. Let's see if I can clip them together. Okay. I guess it's not that... Actually, that's pretty decent. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Cool, and then we're going to start filling this in with some vegetation and start really sprucing it up. Throw a couple shrubberies down here. I think we could bring the road further down. Why not? Let's bring it to here. Let's bring this to here. And then maybe we could squeeze, we'll put a house here. Maybe we could squeeze another house over here. Where's the red one? Where is this map based on? Okay, so I guess for anybody who's just tuning in, I've been streaming. This is my third night streaming this, right? Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, so I've streamed this for 3 days now. This is a totally freelanced route that I've come up with. It is loosely based on the Catskill Mountain branch of the New York Central Railroad and what it would be like if it was able to reopen in modern day times. So the idea behind this is that it was a former thriving railroad, and It has since been abandoned for many years, maybe during the Penn Central days, so maybe abandoned since the 70s or even earlier. Maybe not even so much abandoned, maybe just out of service. And then only recently has been reactivated as a short line and is delivering freight to a few local customers along the line. I think I've got about a half dozen customers outlined, including we've got a scrap dealer, and I haven't decided if this is inbound or outbound scrap. We'll have a lumber yard, a candy shop, candy factory, a team track, and a gravel quarry sort of deal. So I guess let me just fly through quick for anybody who's just tuning in for the first time tonight. Seems like a good time to do that, and I could take a sip of some water. So I started this build last Friday. I think I took the day off of work. I did a bunch of work on the P&B, and then after that, I've been planning this map in my head for a very long time, and so I just finally decided to just jump in it. Hopefully that's not lagging too bad for you over in the... I see it lagging in my preview window. Let me check my stream health here. The stream health is good, so if you're seeing lag, I don't know why. Seems to be a recurring thing this week. Anyway, this would be the interchange point, where we have a Class 1 railroad here, and I'm supposing that there's probably another local yard up the road, and interchange traffic comes through here. The idea with this scene was that, again, this area was deactivated. These tracks were inactive for long enough that an apartment complex, or whatever this place is, I'm calling it an apartment complex, was able to be developed, and the parking lot was laid out, but the tracks were covered up, and then they came through when the rail line was reactivated. They dug up the tracks, and this is what we got. So we've got a small yard here, and this is basically the whole deal for interchange traffic. You'll have one runaround. It's really one runaround, even though I guess you could use the interchange track here as another runaround. The capacity here I think is 9 cars. Let's check that actually. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I think you could get 9 cars and then a locomotive in here. And that's your capacity for this track. So if you can imagine, even with like 6 or 7 customers, if you have inbound loads and outbound loads on here, this yard could get really, really busy. And you've only got 3 tracks really to work with, because this track off to the left is a stub-ended track. So that's the overview there. We'll fly back. I'll try to do it slowly. And I'll just gonna look at the chat while I do this. And my idea here is just this kind of like canyon of buildings. I like the idea of the tracks being right behind some of these buildings here. I've got some abandoned track off to the side here. Again, like just hinting at the history of this line, that maybe at one time it was a lot more busy. And since it's been inactive, they only reactivated the tracks that they needed to. That's why there's kind of this big scar here behind buildings. We've got some hidden track throughout. Again, maybe there was like a passenger station or something nearby here for more industries. So we got that. And then we did some work on this park. And that's pretty much where we're at with this build. So yeah, I'm really liking the way that it's coming out. I'm trying to use a lot of different techniques to roughen it up quite a bit, using a lot of debris along the line to illustrate how inactive it's been. Maybe the people here aren't even used to there being trains here again, you know? So a lot of garbage dumped along the main line, that sort of deal. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the frame rate. I apologize for that, but I think it has something to do with the internet or YouTube. I've got the delay going on pretty big, so there shouldn't be any... There really shouldn't be any lag due to the compression. And it says my stream health is good. So, I don't know. It's not my computer. My computer is totally fine. So, I think it has something to do with the internet or YouTube or both. So yeah, so that's the overview for anybody who's new and just joining. And right now we are working our way, trying to head our way out of town, heading west. And I laid out the track for about 3 miles. We've got our lumber customer over here, which is a trailing point spur, or a facing point spur, so that'll be interesting to try to switch out. And then over here we've got our candy factory, so this will be inbound loads of corn syrup and outbound boxcars of candy or other candied goods. And then as we head out this way, we're gonna get more rural and get into some farmlands. And then eventually we're gonna work our way upgrade and into the woods. And this is as far as I've got. So we're about 3 miles out. And I think the whole route is probably gonna be around like 8 or 10 miles. So that's that. I figure I didn't want to lay more track than 3 miles because I figured this was a good start, and it's gonna take me a long time to even get that far anyway. So, but this is good. Should be a good start. So again, yep, totally fictional, and I'm kind of just drawing from my own experience, loosely basing it on the Catskill Mountain Branch. Really just through theme. I'm not trying to model anything specific or recreate any specific scenes, but I'm taking elements that I like from that and elements from other railroads that I've seen and other scenic elements and just trying to combine them into this. So that's my thought process there, in case you were wondering. And I felt like I wanted to do a big city scene because it would be challenging, for one. But I always like these kind of really tough city scenes, like really beat up sort of stuff. I lived in New York City for like 10 years, and there wasn't, you know, there's some train tracks down there, some freight operations. There's not a whole lot, but there is a lot of like abandoned track, and I kind of like the way that looked and how it cut through some of the buildings and stuff like that. So, what's up, Jacob Oliver? Welcome back. So I'll take some of those elements and mix them with some of the elements that I've seen on the Catskill Mountain Branch, and then some other elements from other things that I've seen, and just kind of combine them into one big old, I don't know, short line. I like the idea of a short line just because it's manageable and it can get kind of complicated, but at the same time, it's sort of simple. And I like that kind of dichotomy, that it looks simple because there's only a single track and a couple tracks in the yard, but once you start, you know, getting some train cars in there and switching stuff out, it can get really busy and really complicated really quickly. And I like that. So that's my vision, I guess, in a nutshell, going behind it. And as I build, I'm trying to give you guys some, I guess, background in what I'm thinking and why I'm picking the assets that I pick and how I intend on using them and the type of mood that I'm trying to achieve with this. Because I'm not sure if that's always clear, but, you know, sometimes I like there to be a story to a route, to a build. Like when I play a map that I download or one from Jointed Rail or something like that, I really like having some sense of story to it because it's not always obvious. You know, I don't know if I downloaded, you know, like that Norfolk Southern yard that I did the video on a couple weeks ago. A lot of you guys were able to point out that that was based off of Bellevue, Ohio. I had no idea, but I could tell sort of what the story was behind that based on how it was laid out. I could tell that there was a tourist operation. I could tell that there was, well, obviously a hump yard, and I could tell how some of the operations kind of were able to flow. So I really like having that kind of history in builds. I think it brings a lot of enjoyment to me, and I think it should for a lot of people to have an idea of like what the history is behind each build and location, because it's not always apparent. Like I didn't know that was Bellevue, Ohio. So, anyway. Thoughts. Hashtag thoughts. Just throw some more trees around back here. And I don't want to go too crazy. One thing that kind of dawned on me when I was building this was like, oh man, like, if I populate this with too many assets, too many speed trees, and too many, you know, just anything, like, it's gonna, people are gonna have a really hard time running this thing, so. I have to try to keep that in mind, that as detailed as I'd like to get, not everybody has a computer like I do. And I know you're seeing some lag in the video, but trust me, I'm getting over 60 frames per second on here right now, so it's not getting any lag or anything. What's up, Adam Jenkins? Welcome. So let's see, we're just gonna populate this a little bit with some of this ragweed looking stuff. Stuff that makes you miserable in the summertime. Patch that up a little bit. And again, like, I don't know where I get these ideas from in terms of like this track being right behind these houses, but I really love that idea. I love the way that it looks, and I love the feeling that it kind of gives me. And I don't know, it's just, I think it's pretty cool. I guess, I don't know. I guess I picture myself living in one of these houses or living in the neighborhood and that sort of thing. I don't like how these clip through. It's the only problem with these billboard trees is how they clip through things, or clip through each other. Kind of kills the illusion for me. Alright, so that's looking cool. We'll build this up a little bit more. Let's get some more trees kicking around here. And I picture a couple years ago on the Catskill Mountain Railroad, just before the lease was up and before stupid Ulster County decided to start ripping up tracks, we took a ride up through a whole bunch of out-of-service track. And what am I looking for? I'm in the wrong menu. And going up, we went out to, I think it was like 7 or 8 miles of out-of-service track, sections of track that hadn't seen trains in like 40 years. And some of it was just so overgrown with tree branches, you know, almost coming into the cars that we were riding up on, and it had a really cool feel to it. You really knew that you were riding on something special, and it was like a real special occasion, or, you know, the tracks had been seeing their first train in a really long time. So that's pretty cool. Get a couple more of these trees going around here. We hit 100. We got 100 people watching right now. Keeps fluctuating around. That's awesome. If you guys are just tuning in, thanks for hanging out. We're working on a cool map. Yeah, we went up to the Glenford Dyke on the Catskill Mountain Railroad tracks before they started ripping up the tracks. And I say they as in Ulster County, not the Catskill Mountain Railroad, because they're doing everything they can to preserve the tracks at this point. How did I get multiple pick lists? I just saw that pop up over there. You can make another pick list by, where is it? Change pick list? No. Create pick list right here. So that's how you do that. Don't make too many because it seems to lag out the game quite a bit. Yeah, I see 100 watching on my thing now. That's awesome. New record, guys! We got 100! That's cool. 100 people watching me do this. It's crazy. Anyway. Get my train of thought back on track here. Oops, I didn't want to place that there. We could put another house over here, I think. We'll use this one. Can I make an Ohio map? You know, I'm always looking for new ideas, but I like basing some of my stuff on, let's turn it this way. No, maybe not. I like basing it on places that I've been. So, I don't know, I guess I'd have to go visit Ohio. That's the answer to that. Let's move this guy over here. Add a couple of these trees. I'm probably I don't know. I'll have to figure that out, but I'm gonna have to figure out, like, if I need to replace some of these trees with billboard trees, since they're sort of background trees. I don't know. We'll see. If it starts getting really framey in here when I go to test it, I'll have to... That's one of the first things I'm gonna have to axe, I think. Let's do that. We need to add driveways. We're gonna use this. We're just gonna keep them simple. I'm not gonna do some crazy complex driveway. Am I gonna add people to this map? Yes, I was talking about that last time. Joey Tyler Dale, thank you! Thank you for the donation. Much appreciated. For 100 views, thank you. That is quite the milestone. Hey, well, you know, I always say this, I wouldn't be doing this without you guys, so I gotta turn it around and say thank you to you, because I don't know what else I'd be doing on my Thursday night. Probably nothing useful. Alright, let's see. These houses... This house goes this way. Yeah, I mean, you guys keep me going. I get a lot of inspiration hearing from you. And the fact that you guys get a lot of inspiration from me helps keep me motivated, too. That's... You know, as an artist, that is a really important thing. If it doesn't feel like people are appreciating anything that you're doing, it's hard to keep doing it. So, I'm glad that you guys enjoy it and you're finding... You know, something, you're taking something away from what I do too, which I think is great. Hashtag real talk. Let's see, where are we here? Got that. It's looking kind of cool. Maybe we could add... Let's do... Let's just do like a little property division sort of thing there. Use tree. It's tough picking trees, man. It sounds funny to say, but like, cause you want some variety, but you don't want, cause you don't want them all to look the same. But at the same time, you don't want so much variety that it looks intentional. Would I ever consider building a Long Island railroad? I would. I think that that's a really interesting. I mean, I also lived on Long Island for a long time, so I'm pretty into that. But somebody else is already working on a Long Island railroad, so I wouldn't want to step on his toes. But that would be a huge project as well. And it would be really cool. I look forward to actually seeing something like that one day. Maybe we want to add some shrubs here too. See, we're gonna add some down this way, and then I think we're gonna fill in some of this with some trees. I think will be the plan there. And I think it'll look really. It's gonna tie it all together once we get the baseball field done, and then whatever we're gonna put in between here, which I think might be. I don't know. I haven't decided that, but. Let's see. Yeah, let's just put a couple, let's do this. Let's divide this out right now. And then we're gonna just fill in some trees. I did actually, for these trees, I did finally go through and plant. We're gonna put a big one over here. I loaded up a map. I think it was actually the P&B, and I placed down every single tree, every single one of these STRMM trees, just so I could see what they look like. And then I deleted the ones I didn't like, and then I pick listed the ones that I did like. So that's why I'm kind of just like jumping through them, because I know I gotta see them, I gotta place them and see what they look like, but I know that these are at least ones that I know I like. Bring that down too. I don't mind just ending the fence right there. Let's move this guy. I want the grass clumps, these ones. Sometimes I find it easier just to fly over to whatever it is I'm looking for and grab it rather than trying to like change pick lists or search it or whatever. Just fill that in a little tiny bit. Cool, that's looking all right. I feel like I'm missing something here. We need to... Let's see, let's try to bring these power lines down here. So these guys have power. And if we could line this up like we did the other one. Oops. Hold shift. There we go. We'll have to add maybe a little bit more details and stuff like that around these houses and stuff, but that's not bad for now. Let's see if we could just fill this in a little tiny bit. Then we're gonna ballast the track too. Did I hear that the Catskill Mountain Railroad is gonna start limited freight operation? Well, let's talk about that for a minute. I did hear about that. The thing is that the connection to CSX is severed. So, and the section of track, there's a half-mile section of track that Ulster County has already claimed and kicked the railroad off of and said, hey, we're gonna build a linear park out of this. So there's a whole section of track that is already slated to be turned into a stupid rail trail. And that's the section of track that goes over to CSX. So they need to convince Ulster County that that this freight customer is a real deal and that they need to, that they can open up that section of track. We'll see what happens. Honestly, I don't think Ulster County is going to budge on it, but I'm interested to see what happens, where it goes, because now the STB is involved, and generally the STB sides with railroads. So I would certainly love to see freight operations on the Catskill Mountain Railroad. That's been my childhood dream my whole life. That would be amazing. But if Ulster County doesn't budge on that, then there's gonna be a big problem, and that's not gonna happen. That's what I'm forecasting to happen, because I really don't think... Ooh, that was a big lag spike. Let's save. I don't think that Ulster is gonna budge, because they're jerks. And they've made it pretty abundantly clear that they do not want the railroad there. They've tried to kick them out multiple times. They tried to force them out. They're literally ripping up the tracks at the reservoir illegally, and they're continuing to do it illegally. And they're under investigation by the STB, and they're still doing it illegally. So I have no doubt in my mind that there's going to be a big fight over it. And that really annoys me, because they're just a bunch of big bullies. And who likes bullies? Nobody. So let's see if we can kind of blend this in a little bit. But I do, yeah, I really hope that works out, because I guess it's a lumber customer too, which is really cool, because center beam loads are like one of my favorite things. One of my favorite cars. So that would be kind of cool to see that. Let's see, we want the terrain height to be right here. So we're gonna bury the tracks. Now, I'm not gonna, I keep like burying these tracks a little bit with ballast and stuff. I'm not gonna do that the whole length. Maybe I will, I don't know. I do like the effect of it, but I don't think I want the whole thing to look like it's been entirely neglected. All right, that's cool. Let's go down just a tiny bit, some of these areas. I like that. What I like about this rail too is that you can bring up the terrain underneath and you still have the ties. And you can bring up the terrain a little bit higher and then kind of like hide some of the ties. And some of them are still exposed, like right here. So I really like that about these tracks. I like that effect. Oh, my nose is still itchy. Hate that. Alright, so that's looking cool. Let's add some more, some of this ragweed stuff. And then we're gonna add, we'll go here and here. And then we're gonna add back a little bit of dirt, I think. So it's not just all ballast. I'm gonna mix in some here. Alright, that looks cool. Maybe we'll add another one or two here. Maybe the STB will sue Ulster County on behalf of the CMR. I mean, that would be interesting, but I don't think that that is what they would do. I think the STB, they're the federal government. I think they would just issue an order and be like, hey, you can't do that. You have to let them run freight trains. And you have to put the track back in. That would be my ideal, that would be the best piece of irony ever, is if, you know, Ulster County is ripping up all this track along the reservoir. They've already ripped up like 8 miles or something like that. Scrapped it. They're ripping it up as fast as they can. And it would just be the greatest piece of irony if they had to put it all back in. And after years and years of, you know, complaining about the tracks not being restored and rehabilitated by the Catskill Mountain Railroad, they had to do it themselves because they suck. Oh yeah, you know what? I see Iron Farmer. You got a good suggestion there, and I think I did actually find a good asset for like a little place, a little snack shack, country buildings. What is that? Let me see. I put it in my pick list the other day. There is this diner. Good old Dave Snow Diner. I don't know if we have any at JR. Maybe we need to make one. So I know Dave Snow is crazy about having his stuff in Payware. I thought I had another thing though. Maybe I didn't pick list it. Whatever. We'll put that down for now as a placeholder. Not as a placeholder, but just so we don't forget about it. That could even go even over here. It might not be a bad spot for it. Pass behind the diner. Kind of like that idea. And then if we get a better, if we make a better building, we'll just replace it. So that's that. Let's, what was I gonna do? I was gonna add some of this dirt texture back. I want to do some of this. Spot treatment of dirt, you know. Holding steady at 91 people watching. That's awesome. Good stream tonight, guys. Good stream. I was almost not going to do it either. I'm glad I did. Yeah, there we go. That's looking good. Definitely liking the looks of that. One thing I want to try to include, and I always forget about it, is like culverts and like drainage ditches and stuff like that. But I mean, there's the reason that I usually forget about them is because they're hard to model in this game, like model well. That's looking all right. Something again with these neighborhoods, like I don't know. Feel like I need something over here. I don't know what. It'll come to me eventually. Maybe we could put a couple more. Let's see. If we're gonna be transitioning down this way, this is all gonna be fill. Let's add our abutments here. Abut. No, I hit the plus sign. Abut plus. Let's see. I think there's not really a whole lot of good 2-track ones. Maybe this one. Let's see. No, it's too old looking. So I want something a little bit more modern. Let's see what that looks like. No, it's a single track. The reason I want to get this in here is so I can start terraforming everything around it and then kind of work it out. Will I run tonight? I mean, I guess I think this is the one that I usually use. I think we'll stick with this one. We could, I guess. I haven't really done too much other work on it, but we could, I suppose. Gotta move this. Like I said, I don't want to be streaming too late, like as late as I did last night. So I was up until like midnight after that, trying to get everything else together. Hello. And then I think on Saturday, I'm gonna have a bunch of free time on Saturday, aside from getting this closet straightened out and all my hobby stuff, supplies and all that straightened out. Come on, I wanna grab this. I think I'm gonna do some P&B work. Are these two different things that how'd that happen? I thought it was the same thing. All right. There we go. I'm gonna try to do some work on the P&B on Saturday so that I can have a video for next Friday. And I think what I'm probably gonna end up doing is, like I was talking about last night, doing like a big blitz through the next couple of sections just to get us to Allegheny Yard, and then I might combine the next couple videos into one long video, to be completely honest, just to get it done. But I haven't, you know, don't quote me on that one. Because my goal kind of is to, come on, this is so close, is to have that. I think I'm gonna bring it to phase 2, bring us to phase 2, and just get us there and then take a break from the build and get that totally situated so I can get it out, because it is extremely difficult for me to get that organized and get that put together and then be doing videos at the same time. Oh, you know what? I got this double track thing here. I totally forgot about what my original plan was. My original plan was to hypothetically say that there was the old section of track continued through here and into town, or maybe went off to an industrial spur, but I kind of just shot myself in the foot with that idea. Or I guess maybe you could just turn into double track here, former double track area, heading this way. Yeah, we could pretend that. We can pretend that. If it doesn't work, we could just switch it out to a single track. It's fine. It's just another one of those sort of backstory elements that I wanted to include in there. We could probably even put a couple more houses down this way. Might be my next thought. Sometimes I click in this game and it doesn't register. It seems to be like every like 20th click. That it's like I go to click like the move spline tool or the add tool or something like that, and it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't register it, and then it's kind of annoying. Abandoned siding or car storage, form of double main. Just leave the bridge. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the bridge. I'm just saying, like, if it really doesn't work for some reason, switching it out to a single track is fine. But I think it's okay to pretend that this used to be a double track. Maybe the switch used to be right over here on this bend or something like that. I think it's fine. I do like the idea also of one of you guys just suggested an old coal dock or something like that. So that's totally feasible as well. But I think going out this way, in fact, I'm gonna put it down right now. We're gonna include some track, and I want to use. Sorry, this is probably gonna lag out the stream. We're gonna use this track, JR Spur number 1, because it's nice and dirty, and we're gonna just connect that here. I don't know why that connected like that. It's weird. There we go. Just so I don't forget to include that, and then we could even do something like this. Let's do this right now while we're at it. I like adding these elements in like as I think of them, you know, kind of like bookmarking things in my head, because if I don't do it right away, I tend to just forget. Plus, I don't like having things hanging over my head. I like to just get her done when I can, so to speak. All right, so we're just gonna leave that there. This is not all gonna stay like this. What I'm gonna do is come back in with the spline tool and chop this up, kind of like what we did behind the buildings, so that you kind of get little glimpses of former track here and there. I like that idea. And then we could even. I could change the bridge orientation. Yeah, you're right. I kind of like this. We could even reconnect this so that there's like a junction right here. You know, I don't mind that idea. I think we'll keep that. We'll keep that for now. Again, it's just kind of, we're roughing stuff in. This is like a first draft kind of, we're penciling things in, and we can go back. We're going to delete stuff. We're going to add stuff. So I don't mind. I don't mind putting some stuff down if it's, you know, get it out of my head. We'll even do this. Oh, don't do that. We'll even just add this in. Why won't it connect? There we go. So we could just at least just leave this here just to have. And then we'll dirty it up, bury it a little tiny bit. And I think that'll be cool. That should be good. All right, and then we're gonna put maybe a couple more houses down here. We'll do one here. And you know what, we'll even do, why don't we do, let's mix it up a little bit. Let's put, or is that too, that might be too, like farm style. Yeah, we'll do this, kind of we'll do one of these guys. Really basic, like 1970s sort of style houses. So we'll put a couple in here. Slight upgrade from the little bungalow houses that are just inside of the city limits almost. So let's get rid of that. And I think these come in, oh, some of them have driveways. That's nice. So let's do that. We're gonna add this guy here. I think he's got a driveway. And we'll do this one. We'll just do 2 for now. I think that'll be good. Oh, I deleted the other one. What did I just do? Yeah, okay. I'm like, wait, I thought I put one down with the driveway. Okay, orient that properly, 90, and then... The only thing with these is that you definitely have to have them on level ground so that the driveways look okay. I think the stream health might have just took a dip there for a moment. That's the other thing over the weekend I gotta look into, is trying to get my internet straightened out up here. I need to see if I can get a signal booster or something like that. Or maybe just run a direct line. I don't know, the problem is that my internet comes in on the other side of my house down here, like 2 rooms over, and then a whole down. So I'm not sure how I can go about that. So, sorry if the stream health is taking a dip right now. Looks like I'm looking at my playback and it looks like the resolution just totally dropped. Like it looks like it's 360 by 360. All right, you know what, guys? I think this might be a good time to call it because the internet is not behaving right now. So I'm gonna save. And I guess I'm gonna call it quits here. I'm gonna run a line over the weekend, and then hopefully we won't have this problem again. So I apologize for the technical issues. I'm gonna put before I jump out of here, I'm gonna put the Discord chat in the chat again. All right, yeah, guys, I'm sorry about that. I'll try to get this taken care of over the weekend, and maybe we'll make this work again next week. So thanks for hanging out. Sorry for the technical difficulties and all that. Glad you were able to join at least for a bit, but I'm gonna have to call it quits. I'll see you guys next time. See you on Discord. See you on the interwebs.